Hey, welcome back to another video. So if you've watched my other YouTube videos, you've seen that I've done a lot of work on my 2007 Honda Odyssey Touring Edition. And after 13 years, we decided to finally get rid of it. My original goal for the van was to get it to 200,000 miles, and we made it just about there. It was about 195,000 miles. And so we decided, even though it was still in good condition, although it was burning oil, it was still all right. We decided it was time for a new one. So mainly in this video, I'll talk about the differences between the 2007 and the 2020, but also talk about some complaints I have, some things that were in the 2007 that I wish were still in the 2020. And here's the new one. It is a 2020 Odyssey Elite, which is basically the equivalent to the one I had, which was the Touring Edition. This is the Elite. So the reason why we got the Elite was because a couple of things that we really wanted to have. Mainly is this air-conditioned seats. So right here, if you live in a hot climate, you'll get the perforated leather, and it really makes a difference in hot climates. So we opted for that. Also, the nav comes with it. I always buy the nav even though I never use the nav, just because you get all the features of the display. You get a much better computer screen, a lot more options. And then one nice thing about the 2020 is you get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So a lot of things are still standard from the 19 to the 20. Really not much difference in the interior, although they did include 10-speed transmission on all models. I heard bad things about the 9-speed transmissions in the other Odysseys. Alright, Honda Vac. It'll be interesting to see how much we use the Honda Vac. It seems like a cool concept, but we'll see. A couple other nice things that are different about the other one is you've got these window covers now in the very back. Of course, this is your antenna, which is always integrated in the back. The vents are now here, which in the 2007 all the vents were up top. So you can see there's no vents up top anymore, and they're all coming through the under the floor area and then coming up. So there's a subwoofer back here, which is a new addition, which is kind of nice because the sound system in the 2007 was terrible. It really was. But this one actually sounds pretty good. So so many things are familiar with this. The sounds, the beeps, the way that things kind of open up, the feel of things. A couple other things with the Elite is you get this heated steering wheel. This is nice, especially when it's really cold outside. It's very nice. One thing I want to comment on this Econ button is, and it puts a little flower up on your dash. One thing I like about it is it depresses the power on the engine. Really, it's just the gas pedal to save gas so you don't take off from a stoplight as fast as you normally do. It also kind of depresses the transmission a little bit to run lower RPMs, and so overall you get better gas mileage. Also at a stoplight, it'll automatically shut the engine off and restart. That's very common in vehicles these days. Okay, another thing you get with the Elite is this wireless charging pad, which is kind of cool if you've got a phone that supports it and the case doesn't block the ability to charge. There's a DVD here that also plays your CDs. So I know that CDs are kind of going away, but our 07 had a 6-disc CD changer and a DVD player. Now it's just one player, and so if you ever want to listen to CDs, you've got to take your kid's movie out and put the CD in, which could be a little bit of a pain. But what I'm going to check and see is if with the new van, now that you've got these USB ports and an audio port, if it makes sense to just use your phone to play and do it all over like Spotify and stuff. That's probably what people want to do. Also comes with this little cleaning cloth, which is kind of interesting. You can kind of keep it clean. I noticed that this shiny plastic shows fingerprints really, really bad, especially in the sun. Like right now, everything's brand new. It's all like wiped down, but you'll see where your fingerprints just go on and then stay there, and that's why they can give you this little thing to wipe it off, which is kind of funny. So it's going to be a little bit hard to keep this thing clean. All the LED lighting is really cool. Something else I noticed that this van doesn't have is the foot pedal control. So because I'm tall, I really like to be able to push the foot pedals all the way back, but now those controls are gone, so you're stuck with, you know, them in one place. Also, for being a premium van, it still's got a manual tilt wheel. Another thing that's major difference between the 07 and the 2020 is all the standard electronic driver aids. The 2007 had nothing, didn't even have Bluetooth. So you've got your lane keeping assist. Of course, it had the parking sensors, which is, I think, important. Automatic braking, which can be kind of scary if the car thinks that you're going to crash, but you're fine. It might brake on you. And then traction control. Pushing this button here resets the distance between you and the next car when you're doing cruise control. So I would say one of the best features on this is the adaptive cruise control, which is the ACC. The system's on by default, you just enable it, but it's really great when you want to set how far away you're going to be, and it will automatically brake or speed up. And then one nice thing is if it's braking, because you know you get behind a semi or something, as soon as you blink, it will automatically disable the lane keeping and assume you're going to pass, so it starts to speed up, which is nice. So it kind of tries to anticipate what you want to do. Another major difference between the 07 is there's no more shift column. It's all electronic and a push button start, which is nice. I do like that. That's been around for so long. But there is another thing that I do not like, and that is that the brake is missing. The kick brake. Now it's been replaced by this push brake. And the issue with that is, like, I use the brake every time I park, because otherwise you're putting a lot of strain on the transmission by putting it in park and letting the car roll on the transmission and kind of hang there. So I always put the brake on, take my foot off the brake so that it's holding on the brake, and then put it in park. I think that makes a big difference on your transmission staying, lasting a long time. So with this system, it's all electronic, but it doesn't automatically apply the parking brake. So I have to remember, and plus I don't know if it's like, do I push it for the brake or pull it for the brake? I'm still trying to get used to just doing it consistently, but I have to remember not to push this and then put it into park. I wish that it would automatically just add the brake. Okay, gating in the back. So I'm 6'4" and I have tons of room, and my seat's all the way back, so it's great in terms of leg room. What it's not great at is space. So the 2007 had a entire open compartment here, two compartments actually, a small one and a big one, that I could lift up and store stuff. Had a rotating, like a Lazy Susan thing in there. And but now they put a full-size spare under there, because on the 07 the spare was in the back, and now they've got the vacuum cleaner back there. So because the spare's been relocated up here, they now there is actually a thing you lift and pull the spare out, but there's no storage there. And then there's also not much storage here, because you've got this seat here, and on the 07 we had a storage, like an organizer that went in between here. And I might look just to see if they sell an organizer, because look, all you've got is one little space here to store stuff. There's nothing down here. There's nothing, you've got just the seat back. Like, where's all the movies supposed to be? What they did to try to compensate was they've got this little storage thing right here. It could be convenient, but they relocated that storage there. I kind of wish there was more storage in the back. There is a good amount of storage under here, which is very nice. It goes way down there. So that's nice. One other thing that's a little annoying is when you're charging things. So you can see we've got both a Apple and a Android type connector. When you've got the device, when you're charging the devices, there's no place for the cables to go. Like, why didn't they just put a little dent right here and, you know, see, like there's no place for the cables to go. And I can't even close the thing. They took out the integrated remote control that was up here, and they give you a handheld which doesn't connect anywhere and might easily get lost. So not sure why they did that, but or at least, you know, didn't give you a place to stick the remote when you're not using it. Like, it seems like they could have easily just put a little space, you know, for your remote to go right there. Of course, your infrared, that's a massive infrared for your headphones. I'm sure they work really well. The controls are now on the right side, whereas on the 07 they were on the left side. And the air conditioner vents are in the column here versus in the ceiling before. And that's kind of nice. I do like that. So as you can see, storage for movies and things, there's very, very little storage. I guess this is just for change or little things, and then a cup holder. So really not much storage there. So we have to put movies in the back here. And then we've got a movie holder here that just kind of floats around. Also, you'll notice the umbrella. So we used to keep all our umbrellas underneath. There's really no place to put umbrellas, so I've got it just kind of stashed here. Okay, getting in the other side, it is, again, 6'4". I've got plenty of room here with the seats all the way back. This is a little holder for your grocery bags, which is kind of nice. You can kind of, you know, put something there. I like how they thought of that. The glove box is, you know, adequate. I'm surprised they're really even putting glove boxes in cars anymore, but it's good just to have another place to store stuff. And there's plenty of space right here to throw something. It doesn't come up very high, but it does, you know, block this. If you do put something there, you won't be able to get to your DVDs and things. Okay, so you've now seen my first impressions of the 2020 Honda Odyssey, and hopefully we'll have many years of fruitful life and reliability, just like we did with our 2007. And as things need to be done, as I did with my 2007, I will record to help y'all out.